Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd show you another update of the Scar Carrier, and this might be the last update before I get it released because I actually got pretty much everything done now except I got to do a lot of LCDs, so I'm missing those. But all the room space has been done for the Reforged Eden version. Once I do the vanilla version, I will have to modify at least one area of the ship with its storage. But this is how it kind of is coming out in the end here. I did do some more hull tweaks and texture tweaks in a lot of different places on the ship. I'm probably missing some things yet, so I'll look over it again before I do release it. But I finished up that. I retextured the entire flight deck. I built the rooms in these different shops and finished the bridge area. I did do a couple modifications over in this section. By the control tower, I did extend this runway, or I'm sorry, not runway, landing pad out a little bit more, so you could fit a little larger craft there and connect it to the captain's quarters. I also added another turret position up top over here and the blockwork below it so it could shoot above the radar. I did put the radar back there. I moved the drone hatch area, or the quick bridge access area, up another block space, changed some blocks over there. Did a lot of, I replaced some blocks on parts of the ship, just kind of smoothing out its base material. An example of that would be like this row over here. I kind of swapped out the textures that were there and put in like these a little bit smoother ones in various places. Did that on the bottom and on the other side of the ship, stuff like that. Now the name I was thinking for the ship, and I'm totally not finalized on this, but I was thinking about Megalodon. You know, the ancient shark. At the front of this ship, it does look a little shark-like, I'm thinking. So maybe that could be fitting. But if you got another idea for a name, let me know. I'm kind of getting to the point where, yeah, I really do need to have a name. I don't plan on having this lettering here. I just kind of put it there so I'd remember it and whatnot. And, well, I thought maybe that could look good, but it's kind of a little bit different there. So, anyway, there's that part. So let's check out some of the newer areas of the ship here. We'll start with the bridge. So this is what the bridge ended up turning out to be. It's not a very big area in here, but it does have 4 passenger seats. You have your pilot seat, and I did that core trick. So I took the main core, put it directly behind the pilot seat. A couple blocks up here got upgraded to hardened steel as well, just to protect it a little bit more on the front. But again, this isn't like a combat ship, so it shouldn't really be hopefully engaged in nasty combat. Got some utility function in here as well. You got to have that, and a teleporter. And then this is your main hallway, or I'm sorry, elevator that gets you to production and the hangar and the farm area and all that other fun stuff. And then you have your captain's quarters here, which worked. You know, built this room out in a previous video. And then, of course, the captain has his little balcony there, but he has this private elevator that goes down to some more captain's area. So he's got his eating place / conference room. So if he brings in his first officers or whatnot, they can talk about their mission plans over here. And then this goes directly out to this rear landing pad from there. Moving this way, he's got some extra boxes just for private stash, a bathroom over here, and then his home theater. He's got to have his home theater. So yeah, a little place, you know, you watch some movies at night or whatever. Not for a large number of people, just for, you know, him and whoever his friends are, stuff like that. So this is the captain's compound, I guess you could say. And the only way to really access like the theater in this area is either coming in this landing pad back there or through the captain's quarters itself. I could have opened that up to the main hall or the main elevator, but I decided, nah, that's all part of the captain's areas there. So I also worked out all the interiors of these various shops here. Granted, lacking LCDs, and a lot of these are just generic rooms until I get the LCDs in here, and probably a little bit more tweaking after that. This one here might be like some kind of gun store or something like that. It's got a little loft up there. The next one is a weird one. This is going to be like an energy drink kind of thing with radiation, and this is supposed to be like some kind of keg or something back over there. Once I get an LCD in here or two, maybe it'll dial it in. Now, all these shops do have a back hallway that runs along them inside of the ship, too. So, just lots of different ways out to the flight deck. And then this is a little bit larger shop over here that I haven't, it's very generic again. I haven't really come up with a theme on this one. I got a little floor space. I could add some more stuff in here. But once I get an LCD, it hopefully will make a little more sense in what it's supposed to be. Again, with the back walkway through here that jags around all over the place. So it does have this cafeteria over on this side of the ship as well. And it has a new security office up over here. This is actually accessible from the main elevator. So that's what I ended up doing with this space that was kind of unfinished above this cafeteria area. I did remove the two big generators that were in these locations. These are now the upgrade slots, and I have the generators installed on the other side of the ship. So if you need to add some quick advanced generators there, you got a couple rooms over there for that. As in shield parts, I did pull all of those out of the ship right now as well, but it has room for a fusion reactor, 4 large shield parts, I believe 5 medium shield parts, and 8 small shield parts. So you can seriously up the shield, and of course you'd need a lot of CPU for that, but it's not needed. Again, it's not a combat ship, but if you want to upgrade it with all that kind of stuff, you can, and you can get a pretty beefy shield in the ship as well. So where I'm kind of left now is obviously just LCDs. I got gravity in check. I've got all the lights on sensors. I've got oxygen, I believe, everywhere. I just have this sneaking feeling that I'm missing some room somewhere that doesn't have oxygen yet. It does have a lot of different oxygen zones in it. However, the main one, which is the hangar area and a lot of supporting rooms and hallways near the hangar, is all on one big zone. But anything of importance, production, farming, bridge, have their own oxygen zones, as well as many of the side rooms all over the place. So there's probably about 12, 14 different oxygen zones in the ship, but one of them is really, really big due to the open architecture design of how this was built up, where I try to leave a lot of things open on it, and stuff like that. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, yeah, modules. That's something I wanted to take a look at as well. This was my test module I built a while back, and this was supposed to be a farming module. However, I think I'm going to, I'll work on this module. I wanted to kind of release a module pretty much when I release the ship as well. It's just I don't think I'm gonna switch this over, probably rebuild this whole thing, but have it more of a some kind of production or dropship module or something other than farms. And the only reason I say that is because the ship itself has, I believe, 334 grow plot locations in it in the farm section, and I can't really foresee needing like a separate module for more farms yet. Well, maybe, I don't know. But I think it would be more useful if it was something that could go down to a planet and provide utility for players doing things, even though this ship can land on the planet as well. As in CPU right now, I did remove all those big shield parts and stuff, but I got some more stuff to remove. It is over the 2.1 million CPU. But I've got, a bunch of constructors in here and other pieces right now that I could remove. I may have to remove one of the strafing thrusters on each side. It has 2 of these XL strafing thrusters. I may just pull out like maybe the inner one or something like that and put in some grates or something there, and you can put that in later to save on CPU to get it to that 2.1 million CPU at release for the Reforged Eden version. I'll have to evaluate everything in the vanilla version, which won't happen until a good week after the Reforged Eden version comes out. And the big thing that I got to change with it is the main storage, which I was using 640K storage bays. in the main production area, and those I'm going to have to alter so they're 320K. It was brought up in comments before, is there any way to like separate them and rather than remove like half the storage, but to like divide them up so you got two individual 320Ks for each 640. I read that comment before and I thought about it, and I'll look at it, but I don't think it's possible without really doing extensive work, because the way it's set up, unless I just bury them, you know, if you don't have access to these at all and you just see them in the P menu or the Wi-Fi menu or whatever it is, that could work. But I'll get to that when I get to it. Right now, there's not really any room space that I can make like a separate room to display everything nicely. But again, I'm going to have to modify this area quite a bit to remove a lot of the cargo extensions that are kind of built up around the whole section of the ship over here. So yeah, other than that, I think that is pretty much it for the ship. Did I go into this room? I have a medical bay over here too. I'm not sure if I looked at this one in this video or not, but it does have a medical bay as well on the flight deck. So you got all your specialized equipment plus a toilet and shower, and yeah, got to have that too. So not sure if I showed that already or not. Anyway, that is where I'm at with the ship. Final specs, size class wise at least, not CPU, but size class. It's yeah, I think it may stay 28 unless the LCDs really ramp up the size class, which I don't think they do by much. But I do need to probably add a good 20, 30 some LCDs to the ship, or maybe more. I don't even know yet. But a lot of LCDs will be added, but I don't think that will mess with the size class. So 28.15 is where it's at right now. Could tweak out something. It might be 29, but I think it's going to be under 30, just under 30, fully complete, which is pretty much there anyway. So that is all I've got for today. Just curious on what you think, and let me know if you got any alternative name suggestions and ideas. I'm okay with Megalodon, but it doesn't have to be called that. That was just an option, something that I thought would kind of feel sort of appropriate, but it doesn't really line up with any of the other Skaar names. Well, they had the Skaar Badger. That's some form of animal as well, so I guess it's not completely off base there. Anyway, you all have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you later.